Hey guys, it's Joyce. This Medusa was framed, and I think this is 4. I didn't check, but I think this is number 4 of the Mudra card readings. So we're going through these 108 mudras that are in flashcard form. They go with the book that's called Mudras for Healing and Transformation by Joseph Lepage and Lillian Abuim. I got the book and the cards together. I use the book all the time. I did it extensively when I used to do group sound bath type meditation things. I never really used the cards. And I thought that it would kind of be fun to read and demo a couple cards every day. And then when we go through all 108, whoever wants these, all you have to do is tell me you want them and pay me for shipping, and I'll ship them to you. So, get to where we are. Okay. So, part of the reason that I never use the cards is because if you don't keep them in order, then the table of contents, for instance, is useless to you. If you don't have them in order, then there's no way to quickly find them if you're in a teaching situation or anything like that. So, yeah, they're cool. They're lovely cards. But that's why I never use them, because if they fall out of sequence, then you can't use the table of contents, and they're just not functional. Anyway, so we're at 16, and don't mind me, I'm going to continue to eat my wonderful watermelon. Cheers. Or papaya. And I'm still drinking my coffee. What little bit is left. So the cards are grouped into color systems that would make sense if you had the book, but it doesn't matter if you don't have the book. It shows you the mudra. It talks about its core effective quality. It gives you an affirmation to speak or sound or sense when you're doing the mudra. And then there's a lot of really good information on the back, what it's helpful for. The facilitating mudras, which I'm not going to go into, that's very effective if you're using the book, or if you're using the table of contents, then you can just look up where that facilitating mudra is, but we're not going to go into that at all. It talks about the cautions, precautions, contraindications, and then how to do the mudra. Okay, so I like to keep these no more than 30 minutes, and that took about 3 minutes. So we'll read as many as we can in like 25 minutes. I don't want to take too much time. So, and I apologize in advance to anyone who speaks Hindi or Sanskrit. I know I'm saying things wrong, and I apologize. Vitam Mudra, gesture of vital energy. Its core quality is the free flowing of vital energy, and the affirmation that you can recite or intone or sense while you're doing this mudra to help its effect is attuned to the free flow of vital energy. I move with the rhythms of life smoothly and easily. So this mudra is especially helpful for reestablishing the free flow of subtle energy, nourishing the reproductive and urinary systems, relaxing the lower back, and awakening vitality. There are no precautions. So, how we do this mudra is we hold our hands cupped. We hold our hands cupped in front of the lower abdomen with the palms facing each other about 12 inches apart. So like on your thighs or so. Allow the hands to naturally expand away from each other. Allow the hands to naturally expand away from each other on the inhalation and rest gently toward each other on the exhalation. So right there, that dantian. I know I'm wearing black, you can't see, but I always wear black. Right there, your belly button, between your belly button and your pubic area. That's, kind of the general area of all that vital force energy. It's like there's a ball there of energy, and you're feeling that ball, but your hands are gentle. And they naturally want to go out. As your lungs expand, as you inhale, your hands naturally want to go out. Just let them go. And then they naturally come back in as your chest exhales. So see what you just try it and see what you feel. Well, I'm telling you right now, I should have gone pee before. I did this because it's very stimulating. Okay, cool. That was very effective. So, Vitam Mudra. Wow. I hope I can get through my session here. Purna Driya Mudra. I know I said that wrong. I'm sorry. I apologize. So this is the gesture of the open heart. And you've seen this, right? You've seen this. You've seen this. It's actually a mudra. Honoring thoughts and feelings is the core quality. And the mantra that you can intone or imagine is, through welcoming thoughts and feelings, I fully embrace my psycho-emotional being. Hey, that's great. Okay, now this is especially helpful for becoming comfortable with our emotional being. Well, that's very effective. Wow. I mean, there are so many changes going on right now because of all the plasma and frequency changes that are real, that are happening, that are real. Our emotions are constantly being altered and influenced by that. So this is a really good one. Releasing muscular constriction from the chest, because we all sit kind of hunkered over, or you're over a massage table, we're all constricted here. Improving breath capacity, enhancing immunity, supporting treatment for depression, because if you're opening your chest, then you're breathing deeper, you're engaging your diaphragm, which is enhancing peristalsis, and so much of depression has to do with gut health. There are no precautions. We all know how to do this, right? But let's read the instructions. So hold the hands in front of the heart with the palms facing each other and the fingertips pointing upwards. Interlace the fingers inward so they cross at the upper segment. So just like that. Okay. With the index finger closest, it says with the right index finger closest to the heart. Okay. Stretch the thumbs downward to touch at the tips until a heart is formed. Okay. Whoops. Knocking my coffee over. Okay. Relax the shoulders and back with the elbows held away from the body. So we're putting this heart that we have formed here right in front of our heart, and we're going to make sure that I'm sitting wonky in this chair, but we're going to do our best to make sure that, see, I'm not sitting straight, But you want to sit straight, and you want to make sure that your back is relaxed and your shoulders are relaxed. And just breathe and try that. Well, I'm feeling a lot happening in my chest. I'm feeling it's calming. And because it's calming, it's increasing more parasympathetic action, which means it's encouraging me to breathe deeper. And then I'm sitting funny, so my arm naturally would actually want to be lower, but the cards and the table are in the way. But if you're doing it, hopefully there's nothing around you, because you're not sitting wonky trying to make a video. Okay, that was very effective. Okay, so Purna Hidaya, I know I didn't say that right. Somebody want to correct me in the comments? That's great. Okay, where are we? We're at 11 minutes. Okay, so Sitra Mudra. It's the gesture of witness consciousness. Holy cow. Awakening the inner witness. Well, there's a lot of that needed right now, right? Because there's just so much, there's too much information. There's too much information. And there's tons of disinformation. We don't need all the data spinning around that we have. We really don't need it. It's to the point of being confusing. So become the inner witness, where you don't emote or react. You simply watch the information pass. And your mantra is, through the gradual release of limiting beliefs, I continue my journey with greater clarity. So this is especially helpful for releasing limiting beliefs through witnessing, releasing tension from the shoulders and neck. Well, that's something I always need. And I know I'm not the only one. That's a crunchy piece of papaya I got there. Improving mental clarity. There are no precautions. Sorry. I just wanted to look at it again quickly. Okay. So let's try that. So we're going to touch the pads of the index fingers to the tips of the thumbs. So again, with mudras, it's not this, right? You're not trying to like, you're looking to experience that biomagnetic current. And if you bring your fingers together, there is a place where you kind of feel like that, like that electrical generation. So be real slow bringing it together, and then you'll feel that electrical generation, and then just close the circuit. Very gentle. Very gentle. And you're going to find as you do it, if you were to touch the tip of this finger to the tip of this thumb, let me do this hand. If you were to, exactly where you touch the tips, I'm trying to find the camera lens, I'm sorry, it really makes a difference. So if you were to touch over here, it feels different than if you were to touch right there. And these are things that you can experiment with. And when I do mudras for my own healing and circulation and immune boosting and whatnot, I try all those things and feel all the differences. So anyway, so let's just return. So touch the pads of the index fingers, just a touch. Did you just feel that you've closed a circuit? Tips of the thumbs of the same hand, and extend the other finger straight out. Bring the hands together in front of the chest. Okay, I'm just going to do this here before I put it next to my chest. Away from the body, with the pads of the middle and ring fingers touching the same fingers of the opposite hands. Okay? The thumbs touch along their length. Okay. And the tips of the index fingers touch each other, forming a line parallel to the earth, you see. Okay. Okay. So you've got this. You kind of bring your thumbs together, and then when you bring your thumbs together, these fingers touch, and then you do this. Okay? So we're going to bring the hands together in front of the chest, slightly away from the body. So this is your shape. And you're going to bring this down. Again, the table's in the way, but you're going to bring this down. And find that, I can't. But you're going to bring that in front of your chest where it's comfortable without tables and things in the way. Not exactly touching. But again, you'll feel a magnetic place where it's like if you know how to sail and you're trimming the sail in the wind, when the wind shifts, and there's this click that happens, and you have locked right in to the right angle. It's kind of like that, but in this case it's a biomagnetic thing. Well, that's a biomagnetic thing too. That's frequency. But anyway, you're not going to touch your chest. You're going to wait. You're going to find that right biomagnetic zone. And hopefully you're sitting more comfortably than I am. And let's see what comes of that. And of course, you make sure that your shoulders are comfortable, and your shoulders hopefully are more comfortable than me because I've put myself in this tiny space. It's not useful. Okay, I'm feeling deeper breathing going on. I'm feeling some unwinding happening in my shoulders, which is something it's supposed to do. And it's supposed to improve mental clarity, and I'm feeling an acuity that's kind of rising out of the left. It's like there's something being pulled out like smoke from the left side of my brain. Interesting. Okay. Sita Mudra. All right, where are we? We're at 18 minutes. Let's just do one more. Let's stop at Hansi Mudra. Okay? We'll stop here today. This is the gesture of the inner smile. The core quality is unfolding positive qualities. And your mantra is, an inner smile radiates throughout my being, awakening all of my essential positive qualities. This is especially helpful for revealing our inherent positive qualities, releasing tension from the jaw, which may be helpful for TMJ, enhancing immunity. No precautions. So we're going to take these 3 fingers and gently, you see, I'm not doing this, I'm not squeezing grapes. I'm just waiting to feel that electrical, and then I close the circuit. Okay? And then I extend the pinky. I extend it out, but it's like, I'm not being like a cheerleader here, like, right? It's just a natural extension. It's just naturally open. Okay? So that's what we do. We're bringing the tips of the index, middle, and ring fingers to the tip of the thumb in the same hand. Extend the little finger straight out. Rest the backs of the hands on the thighs or the knees. If you're sitting like upright, thighs are going to be more comfortable. If you're sitting in lotus, then knees would make more sense. And so let's do that. We'll do that again. These three come together, and then you close the circuit on the thumb, and you let the pinky just naturally extend, and you place them just wherever is comfortable. And just let that be natural. You don't have to do it hard. But if, if you have arthritis or something in your hand, or you have some fascial restrictions in your hand, I have seen people do this mudra where they use their knee to open that pinky up. And this works. Because it makes a difference if your pinky is straight. Because all of this fascia, all over our bodies, but the fascia, especially in our hands and in our feet, it's like, it's an electrical matrix. It's like, I can't think of the name of it, but like when they run the lines of fiber optics, our fascial system, which is the connective tissue underneath our skin, between our skin and our muscles, is like a bioelectrical fiber optic system. And so if your pinky is jammed up like that, there's restrictions in the receivers and transmitters of the bioelectrical information. So if you can straighten that, but in a natural way, not a painful way, you're literally opening up the receptors. So as I said, I have seen people encourage students to, use their knee to extend that pinky, but not in a painful way, just to open it up. And, if you have any kind of restriction there, or if you've got scar tissue around one of your knuckles or something, then it might be hard for you to extend. But if you just gently kind of put it on your knee, on the side of your leg, it will open it up and you'll feel a difference. So anyway, however you do it, let's go ahead and try that. Ideally, you're just going to place the back of your hand on your thigh or on your knee, depending on how you're sitting, and let's see how that feels. Again, this is just soft. You're finding the and then you're closing the circuit. Let those pinkies be as naturally straight as they can be. So the first thing that I'm aware of is I'm really feeling a lot of energy coursing up my arms from this big circuit here that we've created. I don't feel it in my jaw yet. It's supposed to help jaw tension, but I don't really have any jaw issues, so I don't know that I would necessarily feel something like that right away because I don't have any jaw issues. I do feel it coming up the sides of my face neurologically, but not necessarily changing anything in my jaw. I feel a change in the fascia in my hand. Like there's a fascial movement. You have a lot of bones in your hand. We don't think about that. There's 8 bones in here, and there's connective tissue and joints between all of those bones, all that joint activity, all that kinesiology. And people don't think about how jacked up all this tissue can be and how that can affect your entire arm all the way up to your shoulder. And yes, it can, which is why if you do scraping at all or gua sha, getting in here into all these bones in your hands can be very effective, whether you have arthritis or whether you have wrist pain. Working the joints in your carpal bones, these are your carpal bones, can help your wrist, can help your elbow. Actually, ultimately can help your shoulder, depend, but anyway. So, I always go all over the place. Let's stop here. We are at 25 minutes. So let's stop there. we will resume that tomorrow. And again, I don't have any takers for these yet. I'm not asking for any money other than shipping, and I know that bulk rate first class, whatever it is, it's like a box. Bulk rate first class that comes with tracking is $8 or $9. It's $8 and something. So that's all that I'm going to charge you for whoever wants these, is the shipping. So if you've been following along and you want these, just let me know, because these are going to go to the first person that asks for them. That's it, and all you have to pay me for is shipping. So if you're enjoying this and you want these and you will use these, and really, I want these to go to someone who will use them, not just put them on their shelf. Please, only take these if you'll use them, because they're very good tools. And when we're all done, I'll send them. So if you want these for the cost of shipping alone, which is like, $9, $10, then just drop a comment, and they will be yours when this is over, or at any time that you decide you want these. And once someone claims them, that's it. They're gonna be, that's who they're gonna go to. So yeah, just let me know if you're interested. And I am off to do some site work with a good friend of mine, and so I'll see you guys later.